Hello internet, it's me NBZ again. It's December, which means it's near the end of the year, which means everyone's talking about their favourite video game things of the year, which you will get from me as well. You'll get my top 10 video games of 2019, and another video or two maybe, we'll see, but I'm going to kick things off here by talking about my favourite songs? Like, I'm trying to think, how do I phrase this? Best songs in video games? Tracks? Can't say soundtracks if it's just one song, so they're musical pieces maybe? Anyway, I'm going to do a little list here of my favourite musical accompaniments for the video games of 2019. So let's get into it. There are some games where one song defines the entire thing, and honestly, not much else stands out. So like Uncharted is the big one I go to, you know, the da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and there's not much else. So Apex Legends also falls into this category for me, because I don't really know any other song on the soundtrack. But this one, it's all about the build-up. This theme plays when you're dropping onto the map before a game. It starts out big and bold and then quietens down until it climaxes with a just great little riff. I don't know if you'd call it a riff. I don't know what it's really called, but it's the part that goes like dun 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 dun. I know you want to hear my voice some more. There you go. It's a bit synthy, which isn't my jam, and I wouldn't listen to outside the game, but it creates such a fantastic build and gets you really pumped to drop into the arena. So I know opinions have been flying back and forth about Sword and Shield, yada yada yada, but no matter what you think, I don't think you can debate that this game has some of the best music in the Pokemon franchise. The Wild Area theme is fantastic in a lot of ways. It feels bombastic and adventurous, and as someone who grew up in Scotland, having the bagpipes definitely lends it a flavour that makes it stand out amongst other songs on this soundtrack. There's a wilderness that you associate with Scotland, and so this touch adds perfectly. Plus, it is one of the only references the country gets, despite the game being set in the UK. Thanks, Game Freak. Really good representation going on here. It's a great track amongst what is pretty much a killer soundtrack. This is really a trailer song. It's kind of the thing that sold me on Astral Chain, actually. I mean, aside from the fact that I originally thought it was a Monolith Soft game, but that's besides the point. It has a backing of choral voices mixed with drums and guitar and has a fantastic build to it. It's got a mixture of classical and modern that just works sublimely. There's a really good staccato build, and I'm sorry, you're going to get a lot of me singing out my favourite parts of this video, but when it goes... So sorry, really not though. But anyway, to bring it back to Monolith Soft, I do kind of hear the dialogue that overlays the song in the trailer when I hear it, because I just think they match so well together, and they're kind of ingrained in my mind as one. So yeah, anyway, it's a good-ass song. Next on the list, I'm kind of cheating. I mean, not really, but sort of. Everyone knows Gerudo Valley. It's probably the best song in Ocarina of Time, and that's saying something considering how classic that soundtrack is. But this year, Cadence of Hyrule came out, which is a game all about music, and guess what? Gerudo Valley still fucking rips. My favourite part in this version is when they just crank it to 10 on the part that goes boom 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 boom. Man, it's so good. They just took this song that already kicks ass and made it even better. The game is good, but the soundtrack is on another level, and this is the cream of the crop. Okay, so most of you won't have played this game. It's the Japanese-only Ace Attorney spin-off that is set in London during Sherlock Holmes' era, and actually has Sherlock in the game as a character that helps you with detective work. An English fan translation came out this year, which is why I played it in 2019, but this track is the main theme for one of the police detectives, Tobias Gregson. And man, it just fucking slaps. Look, I know Cornered is obviously the high-octane go-to Ace Attorney track, but this one's a bit more chill. The part where it goes... is probably the reason this is so high up my list. Also, my voice cannot go that high, so I had to go a low octave. Anyway, even if you can't play the game, listen to the soundtrack on YouTube because this is one of the best OSTs I've heard all year. Look, you've heard Devil Trigger, I've heard Devil Trigger, we've all heard Devil Trigger. Hell, Devil Trigger is kind of what got me to play this game in the first place. Well, that and also the way that they combine the song with the super cool slow-mo opening of the game was pretty good. There's not much to say about it other than it's a fantastic rock anthem with female vocals, which is a particular weak point of mine. And I think it really encompasses the tone that Devil May Cry 5 is going for. It's cheesy as hell, and it knows it. And this song kind of encapsulates that perfectly. Just listen to this. Oh, so good. Yeah, that's about it. Devil Trigger rocks. So Nintendo has been doing this thing with their first party releases where they accompany a lot of them with a theme song that has vocals. Mario Odyssey had Jump Up Superstar, and then you have Smash Brothers with Lifelight, and now Fire Emblem with Edge of Dawn. And honestly, I'm a big fan. These songs are not only all fantastic, but they lend a certain gravitas to each of these tentpole releases. It's interesting because there is a lot of synth in Edge of Dawn alongside some really nice melodic piano, but it's the vocals that really do it for me. Especially the end of the chorus.
To the dawn, no, I wish I could stay here in cherished halls, in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betray.
I just really like that Nintendo are adding this level of prestige to their big games, and Edge of Dawn is certainly one of the best. It's also my favorite video game song of the year.
On the path, I chase your shadow. I don't feel a single drop or the ground below. Then you turn to me and I stop before I know. And the lie upon my lips, I